Hi there, thank you so much for watching. This will be a short 20 to 30 minute video for a full body stretch. We'll include each area of the body today, and that way every area can have some attention. So we'll begin today in your favorite seated position. It does not have to be Sukhasana. You can lengthen your leg out, maybe both legs out. If you need something a bit more freeing for the knees, if this is your most comfortable position, you might start here. I also suggest having a block handy if you need to. It simply raises the floor up. So if you'd like, you can also have a seat on a block, raising your hips higher than your legs so that they more easily open and fall to the ground with gravity. So we'll simply just begin seated, starting to arrive here on our mat, taking a couple deep breaths, starting to notice sensations of the body. We'll begin today with the breath of life. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, just simply with the hands together in prayer position. With our first inhale, we interlace our fingers and lift the elbows up. Exhale, press your palms towards me, round your spine, look down. Inhale, sit up really tall, lengthen your spine, gazing upwards. Exhale, float your hands down, slightly back behind you, tenting your fingertips. As you inhale, open your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades back, lift your head. Exhale, come back up to center, sweep your hands forward. Inhale back to Anjali Mudra. Exhale. Take a full breath between in and out. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your elbows. Exhale, push your palms out, round your spine. Inhale, sit up tall, sweep the hands up. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, open your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, sitting up, floating hands back forward. Inhale, back to the heart. Exhale. Full breath between in and out. One last time. Interlace. Lift the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Round and press. Stretch your palms. Inhale. Sit up tall. Hands to the sky. Release the palms. Sweep them down. Exhale. Inhale. Open the heart. Exhale, float your hands forward. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep the hands out to the sides, tenting your fingertips. If you are seated on a block, you'll want to remove that out to the side. Be conscious of which leg is in front. So right now I have my right leg in front, my left leg into my body. You can also choose to have that right leg on top. Grounding fingers. We want to ground the left palm right where it is. Instead of dumping into your shoulder, try to bend your elbow to lower the shoulder down. Right hand reaches up to the sky, maybe even overhead. Now if that hurts your shoulder, maybe you don't reach as far, take a breath. Take another breath. We try to take at least three breaths in each pose. Inhale, right hand will guide you back up. Ground the hand right where it is. Bend through your right elbow, left hand can sweep up. Anywhere through this range is fine. 3 breaths. And with your inhale, the left hand will guide you back up. Now we're going to switch legs. So now my left leg will be either on top or in front in cross-legged seated. It might not look like this. Your knees might be more lifted. That's okay. Maybe you would like blocks under your knees for a little support. Same, but a little different. Let's do it again. Left hand grounds, maybe it goes a little further this time. Bend through the elbow, right hand reaches up and over. Anywhere through this range is fine, so whatever feels good for your shoulder. Another deep breath. The hand will guide you back up. Ground it down, sweep it out a couple inches, palm will flatten, bend your elbow, reaching up and over, making sure the left sit bone does not lift up off the ground. It stays grounded here. And then we take 3 breaths. Feeling that stretch through the whole left side body down into the belly even. When you're ready, the hand will guide you back up. Twisting sequence, we cross the right hand to the left knee. Left hand comes slightly behind your back. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, add a twist. Now you want to keep your chin in line with your sternum. That way you're not cranking your head around. Inhale, sit up. Add as much tension as feels good, adding a twist. Inhale one more time, shoulders down. Exhale. Release the twist, but stay in this formation. The left hand sweeps up to the sky. Right shoulder is going to dip down towards your right knee. Reaching up and over as far as you can, a little bit more extension through the left side body. Start to gaze up, really opening the heart. Another deep breath. And our hand will guide us up, cross over top, eagle arms. So you can lift your hands up, karate chop that right hand up. The left hand tries to cross in front. Fingers might touch, maybe you're not at that point, it's okay. Wherever you are here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this formation. We want to scoop the elbows out. Hands parallel, so they're pointing straight up. And then try to relax. Lengthen your neck. Maybe a tilt from side to side. Should feel a stretch through your shoulders, maybe through your chest. When you have had enough, release the arms. Sweep them back behind you. Do a little heart opener like we did with the breath of life. We'll bring ourselves back up. Back to center seated. Maybe bringing the right leg or the other leg in front again. Grounding down, twisting on the other side, right hand to left knee. Left hand to the mat right behind your back. Sorry, right hand. So left hand, right knee, right hand to the mat. Sorry about that. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, add a gentle twist. Inhale, sit up a little taller. Exhale, add a twist. Only as far as what feels good. One last breath. Good. Stay in this formation, but release the twist. The back right hand is going to reach up towards the sky and up and over the body, so your left shoulder is dipping towards your left knee, hanging on for dear life onto your right knee. That's where you really get the fulcrum, which creates the opposition. One hand reaching down and out, one hand reaching up and out. Gazing up, opening the heart. Take another breath. We'll bring ourselves up out of that posture, cross the arm in front, so now it's right arm on top. Can kind of cross those arms up if it feels better. The left arm can karate chop up to hold the right arm in place. Cross the arms if possible, and maybe get your fingers to touch. If you're not there, this is the same but different. Elbows reach out, hands reach up, so they're pointing straight up. And then try to lower your shoulders down. It's like lengthening your neck, dropping your shoulders from your ears. And when you're ready, start to release your arms back, tent your fingertips, and begin to open, squeezing your shoulder blades back. Up to center. We're going to lengthen our legs out in front of us. The feet flex. Palms come to the sides. Elbows squeeze back. That way your shoulders are broadening, your collarbones are spreading. Somewhat press into the floor to lift yourself up slightly. Lengthen spine. Sweep your hands out and up overhead and begin to draw your heart forward towards your toes. At some point you'll want to round through your spine, so instead of rounding, just drop your arms down. Nice lengthened spine, the arms are just dropping down, maybe they wrap underneath the legs. We can do some cat and cows while we're here. As we inhale, we sit up and lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we can draw our gaze down to the knees, round the spine. Inhale, look at your toes, look forward. And exhale, round your spine. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, nice and deep, long, lengthened breath. Exhale, nice and long, round your spine. Reach your hands out towards your feet, out, up towards the sky, lengthening up, sweeping your hands down, back behind you, fingers ground, fingers face back towards the back corners of your mat. Step 1, easiest, most beginner. If you're just beginning, squeeze your shoulder blades back, maybe start to lift the weight off of your hips a little bit. If you're a little further along, you might even start to turn your toes down and lift your hips even higher. 1 more breath if you've chosen that posture, and begin to draw down. Remember, only what you can handle. So if this is too much on the hands, don't feel like you need to lift your hips. No competing here. Sweep the hands out and up. Exhale, forward towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Look at your toes. Exhale, look down, round your spine like cat pose. Inhale, reach out past your feet, up towards the sky. Exhale, float your hands down and back. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, sit up tall. Inhale, sweep up overhead, lengthen. Exhale, draw forward, look at your toes. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, round like a cat pose. Inhale, reach out and up towards the sky. Last time. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, Purvottanasana, lifting your hips only if that feels safe and good. Exhale, drop your hips. Great work. Now what we will do here is bring the soles of our feet together in Baddha Konasana. Start to get the inner thighs stretching a little bit here. Sit up tall. Grab onto your ankles, maybe your feet. Maybe you rest your hands on your knees. And we'll begin to just simply draw your chest towards your toes, trying to maintain a tall spine. Many of us will begin to round, and you will feel a good stretch that way, but you come out of alignment. So as long as you're staying aligned, you're going to feel a more intense and a deeper stretch. It's all up to you how much you want to feel today. If you want the stretch to be very intense, then you can push yourself a bit further. If you would like this to be a gentle stretch, then ease into it. Great job. We'll begin to come back up, invite the knees together. We're going to do a little Navasana, following a sequence that I do often in my classes. So, if you're just beginning, you might just kind of lean back, hang on to your knees, and start to let your toes hover. If you know you've got this balance on your tailbone, on your sacrum, maybe you can start to let your palms lift. Gazing straight ahead, trying to draw your shoulders back. Maybe you'll make your legs parallel to the floor. Maybe you can straighten one leg and then the other. Maybe separately, maybe together. Good job. Hold it as long as you'd like. If you're getting a little tired, maybe take a break, hug your knees in, and try again. Look at your toes, look at your knees, and begin to draw your weight back forward. Coming forward, hands and knees. Make sure that your hands are spread here. Fingers are aligned so that the middle finger and the index finger point straight up to the top of your mat. You want your wrist to be aligned under your elbow, elbow under shoulder, knee directly under hip, so you've got this nice tabletop. We inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, tailbone up for cow. Exhale, round your tailbone, round your spine, gaze down for cat. Inhale, like filling up the belly. Exhale, round the spine. The arms don't really change. Inhale, let the belly and the spine fall through the arms, looking up. Exhale, puff your shoulder blades up through. Good. One more. Great job. We'll do our level table pose, Brahmanasana. So our left hand is going to reach forward, and our right foot is going to come back. Your toes might rest, or you might really challenge yourself and lift. Gaze down in between where your hands would be. Often in class I see people gazing up, trying to see, and my neck just is curving way over where it needs to. So we want to gaze down to lengthen the neck. Let's add a tiger crunch. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. 2 more. And we'll exhale, drop the hand and the knee back into alignment. Now let's make it all even, do it on the other side. So now it's going to be right arm, left leg. Remember, if you're just beginning, your toes can land on the block, land on the floor. Challenge yourself by lifting up, gazing down at the floor, drawing your belly button in and up towards your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tiger crunch. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, tiger crunch. 4 or 5. Maybe you pause the video and do 10 more. And we'll drop our hand and our knee. Separate the knees, round the spine up. Start to have a seat close to the heels. If that's not possible for Balasana, child's pose, then you will lift the hips up to a extended puppy or Anaharasana, extended heart pose. Find your breath. Even, smooth, in and out. We'll begin to lift up to hands and knees once again. We're going to start coming into some lunges and warriors. So, we're going to lift up into a forward kneel. Keep in mind, if you have a blanket handy for under your knees, you can totally utilize that. We'll do our right leg first. So our right foot steps forward, knee stays directly over the ankle, so you don't want it to go out or in. You also don't want it to go past your toe, and I know that I can lean my knee past my toe, so I'm going to just inch my foot forward a little bit more. This is called Anjani Asana. It is a low lunge. So keep in mind, if you are just beginning and your balance is a little bit off, you can always have a block handy. And it's got 3 levels: low, medium, or high. And it can be out here, or on the inside, or you can have one on each side. If you're a bit further along in your practice, you might sweep your hands up. With every exhale, we want to lean into our right knee, making sure it stays in line with the ankle, it doesn't move in or out. Exhale and lean. Now a lot of times this tailbone will fly, so what we need to do is kind of round, adding a tailbone tuck. It's activating the core even while in this posture. Now we will revolve our low lunge. So our left hand can either drop to the block, the left hand can drop to the mat lined up with the foot, the right hand will reach out and maybe up to the sky. Maybe that doesn't work for your shoulder, so maybe hand to the ear. If you're further in your practice and you would like to activate this pose and make it a full lunge, your back left toe can tuck under and lift your knee. So this is the same as this, it's just a little bit more active. Take another breath, gaze up as high as you can, and draw the hand back down. Draw your left knee down. We're going into the hamstring for a half split, or Ardha Hanumanasana. So we are leaning back, right toes might lift. If that's hard, you might come up and actually kick that leg out. Again, you can use a block. If you're not quite at the point where you can reach the floor, then use a block here. Anywhere in here. Now what tends to happen is our hips will sag towards the left. So we really want to kind of point our right butt bone back towards the back right corner of the mat. Ooh, really intense hamstring stretch. You're always welcome to roll in and out of the pose, almost like surfing. So like an inhale, and maybe an exhale to stretch it out. Now if you don't feel much stretch here, I often see people who will like draw all the way down here and they're like, I don't feel anything. It's really all about the pelvic tilt. So you want to imagine your pelvis is tilting forward and your sits bones are reaching back. That's going to extend that hamstring to its full expression. Feel free to add a twist here too. Left hand to the block, or maybe down on the floor. Right hand reaches up. And we'll take another breath, reaching up, dropping that hand down. Now what we're going to do is take our right hand to the inside and come into a lizard lunge, a hip opener. So we roll our right foot back forward, drop to the hands, maybe onto a block. You might have to inch your left foot towards the back of the mat to increase this, and I walk my right foot out. We want to sink down. Maybe you're flexible enough to get down onto an elbow, maybe onto a block. This will be a bit easier to see on the other side when I do the left side. So just listen carefully. We want our left knee down on the floor, the foot relaxed. The right knee is bent with the foot flat. A runner's lunge. Added stretch only if you want. I always add a bonus pose. You can bend your left knee. That really activates that quadricep. Great job. Relax that left leg. Come back up to the palms. Maybe pulling the leg in a little bit more. Now what we want to do is we're going to bring our hands to the floor and we want to sweep our right foot out to the side. So I'm going to turn towards you so you can see what this looks like. It's called gate pose. So we want our right hand to reach down our right leg. Left hand reaches up to the sky, maybe over. Inner thigh. Left side body. All of that stretching out. Gaze up. Take a breath. And our left hand will extend out and over, maybe to a block. Always want to have one handy. Right hand reaching up for an assisted side plank. You can lift that foot. A little bit of core activation. If you're ready for the full side plank, then you will drop the inner right foot. The outer pinky edge is lifted. Add some tension. And you want to line up. So my left toes are hitting my right heel. Whichever you've chosen, 3 breaths. Just as best as you can. We'll drop our left knee down. Right hand is going to lift us up. Great job. Hands come in front, and we drop back down to the mat. So I'm going to turn back here, and we're going to drop that knee down. So now we're back in tabletop. Great job. We want to lift up here. We're going to step our left foot forward. Anjani Asana, the low lunge. So again, if you're just beginning, hands might come onto a block to lean through. There's many levels of the block, which is so handy. If you're a bit further along, you want to make sure that you can lift up, but you want to make sure that your tailbone doesn't curve up. So you want to lengthen the spine. 3 breaths. We will revolve our lunge here. So the right hand is going to fan down to the ground. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Remember, your right hand can be on a block here. To activate your posture further, you'll tuck your right toe, lift your right knee. Great job. Don't forget that breath. That's when I take the pause, is breathing. Drop that left hand, maybe your knee if you've lifted it. We're coming back into a half split. So all we need to do is lift our left toes. Start to bow down forward. Again, it's all about that pelvic tilt. So you want to pretend like your sits bones are reaching back behind you. Maybe your hands are on the block here. You can add the revolving here, so it would be right fingers to the floor, left to the sky. Fanning back down. Maybe surfing it out a couple times. Next time you bend forward, your left knee bends. Your left hand comes to the inside for that lizard or running lunge. So you really want to try to get your right hip close to the floor. Some people are very flexible here and can really drop down. So don't be afraid to do that, but also if it hurts, don't feel like you need to drop all the way to the floor. As long as you feel a stretch, you're doing it right. You can revolve any of these postures by dropping your right hand and lifting your left. Finally, we will come into the gate pose. So I'm going to lengthen my left leg. I'm going to turn to the side. What you can do is just kind of hover your left leg and swing it out off to the side of the mat. I'm going to turn to the side, and if you want to follow, you certainly can. That way you've got some cushion on your foot and your knee. Hands come up. Gate pose. Left hand to left leg. Right hand to the sky, maybe reaching over. Great work. That right hand will reach back up, out to the side, and ground down. Assisted side plank, hovering that left foot. Or full side plank if you're up for the challenge. Try to hold it as long as you can, 3 breaths. 3 breath minimum. When you're ready, drop that right knee down, lift yourself back up. Hands are going to come forward, likely dropping down onto the mat. Here, we'll turn back the other way. And then we're coming back to tabletop and taking a rest in child's pose or extended puppy. Great job. Coming up to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Our second to last pose will be downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. The toes tuck. Hands might walk an inch further forward. Go lay down. Sorry, talking to my dog. And then we're going to lift up off of the knees, look back at your toes, and draw your shoulders down. Your biceps want to be in line with your ears. Good. While you're here, thinking belly in and up, activating the core, maybe pedaling it out here a couple times, getting into those calf muscles. Great. Look forward, drop to hands and knees, pick a side. Swing your legs around, and we're going to come into our last posture, which is Shavasana. The feet will separate here about mat distance apart. Begin to lay back. Hands open. And we begin to rest. And notice what we feel. If you have bad back issues, especially in the lower spine, maybe bend your knees. That will honor your spine. Feeling a lot of tension there, perhaps even hugging your knees in and giving yourself a little back massage. Give yourself time to relax, time to reset, and time to reflect. I thank you so much for joining me for these last 40 minutes or so. Thank you so much for honoring your body today, taking the time to relax, reset, and reflect, and stretch your body with me a little bit. I'll see you next time. Namaste.